Behind bars, yet these men, women and children are not criminals. They are asylum seekers.
हमारा कसूर क्या अगर हम पाकिस्तान से डर के मारे इधर आ गए?
They are Christians fleeing persecution in their homeland, Pakistan, only to be locked up in a country where they thought they'd be safe. We've just found dozens of women sobbing. They've taken all their husbands. Thailand, a tourist paradise, but a country that refuses to help anyone seeking refuge here. The United Nations Refugee Agency is here. It's supposed to offer asylum seekers a lifeline. So why are those claiming to flee persecution, many of them Christians, being imprisoned indefinitely? Pakistanis make up the second largest group of asylum seekers in Thailand. They are predominantly Christian. If this service was taking place in their homeland, the pastor and his congregation would be risking their lives. Many here still fear the people in Pakistan who punish them for being Christian.
तक मेरे ये हड्डी जो है वो तोड़ दी गई एंड जो हार्ट के ऊपर है और उसके बाद मेरे इस बाजू को काटने की कोशिश की गई जिसका अभी तक निशान वो जख्म का निशान मौजूद है.
Back in Pakistan, conversion to Christianity is seen by some Muslims as a huge insult to Islam. Suicide bombers and gunmen have killed hundreds of Christians as they worship in church. The country's own blasphemy laws have been used as a pretext by Islamist extremists to murder Christians. Others have been imprisoned or sentenced to death. And you can see why Thailand is their best option for escape. Pakistan's border countries are Islamic, war-torn, communist or politically unfriendly. Cheap flights and easy-to-obtain holiday visas get entire families into Bangkok, posing as tourists. But not all of them get away in time.
कि जब मेरी बहन को इस वजह से जिंदा जलाया गया कि उसने सिर्फ खुदा लफ्ज़ बोला, कि सिर्फ इस वजह से जलाया गया कि उसने खुदा बोला. और मैं Thank you.
You're clearly someone who has to be strong all the time for everybody else. And that's because the pastor and his congregation's trauma is far from over. Thailand has long been signed up to tourism. Foreigners are welcome here. But the country hasn't signed up to a UN international agreement to take in foreigners claiming asylum. Under Thai law, anyone without a valid visa to stay is criminalized. We're here to investigate what happens to those who say they have no choice but to flee to Thailand. Media is censored here. To investigate, we're filming discreetly and at times undercover. All the names of people in this film have been changed. A network of Bangkok apartment blocks has effectively become a refugee settlement. They arrive with few possessions, relying on money from Christian charities. It's enough for food and a single room with no toilet or kitchen, but they improvise. They also arrive with their own stories of persecution, but they still have a chance of a new life. Thailand has allowed the United Nations Refugee Agency, UNHCR, to step in to investigate the credibility of their case. They're either relocated to another country or repatriated. Thailand is just a transit country. The process is supposed to take 6 months, but all of these families say they've been waiting for years. And a new generation is being born here. 25 days ago, Uzea came into this stateless world.
बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है क्योंकि फर्स्ट बेबी है, कोई तजर्बा भी नहीं है तो कोई पता नहीं.
When she was 5 days old, her mother died of tuberculosis. Asylum seekers have no access to work, education, or healthcare. Now it's just Uzea and her father, Vakar. Your wife got to spend some time with her before she passed away.
लास्ट टाइम वो उसने गोदी में उठा के तो गीत गा रही थी, प्रस्तुत कर रही थी.
Vakar has been waiting 2 years for his asylum case to be processed. It appears the Thai immigration police are losing their patience with the UN's slow progress.
हर जगह रूमों से निकाल के लेके जा रहे हैं. हर टाइम यही टेंशन रहती है कि अब कैसे होगा, अगर खुदा ना खास्ता कुछ ऐसा हो जाए, पुलिस पकड़ ले, इमिग्रेशन पकड़ ले तो कैसे हैंडल करेंगे.
We are warned the immigration police could strike at any time. We hear there's been a raid in a block nearby. We've just come to this apartment block and just found dozens of women sobbing. And it became very clear why. They've taken all their husbands. Has this woman's husband been taken away?
Her husband is taken away.
The Thai police have raided the apartments that many of the asylum seekers from Pakistan stay in and burst the doors down and started to take people away. Oh, so they burst through the door.
इधर से देखें, इधर से. ये सारे उन्होंने खोले हैं सब.
What is she going to do now?
मेरे बच्चे भी बहुत छोटा जो है वो तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं रहता. हमारा कोई है भी नहीं है यहाँ पे, अकेली फैमिली है. ये मेरा बड़ा बेटा बहुत छोटा.
This is what can happen to those seeking refuge in a country that has not signed up to the UN Refugee Convention. Their husbands are taken to court, charged with illegal immigration, fined $110 and imprisoned. In Thailand, asylum seekers are seen as criminals, not victims. All registered asylum seekers, including the men just arrested, have this UN document. It certifies them as an internationally recognized UN person of concern. That means they should not be arrested or detained for seeking asylum, while the UN investigates their case. That day, in a series of raids, a total of 50 Pakistani UN-registered asylum seekers were arrested, including women and children. The charity Jubilee campaign says hundreds are detained every month, mainly Pakistanis, because they're easy to find, being one of the largest asylum communities living in concentrated areas. The message is crystal clear. Asylum seekers are not welcome to remain here. The UNHCR say in the last 6 months they have saved 400 asylum seekers from arrest. They say they constantly remind the Thai authorities that increased detention of asylum seekers has proven to have extremely limited deterrent value, but carries significant costs, both monetary and reputational, for the Royal Thai government. Do you worry about your life?
बिल्कुल 24 घंटे में उसी के बारे में सोचता रहता हूँ. आज 2 महीने और मेरे ख्याल से 7-8 दिन हो गए, 10 दिन हो गए.
Sabia's wife, Layla, was arrested by immigration police as she visited friends in another part of Bangkok. Her family share this one room. all 10 of them. Sabir, his 2 daughters, his in-laws, their children and grandparents have been here 2 years. For now, their only chance of being reunited with Layla is their arrest. But how can this existence in Thailand be better than Pakistan?
यहाँ पुलिस इमिग्रेशन का बस खौफ है हमें.
Sabir claims back in Pakistan, a gang tried to kill him and his brother when they refused to convert to Islam. The entire family fled.
तो घर पे आते से सब कोई खतरा था. घर पे आएंगे तो गोली चलाएगा तो पता थोड़ी होगा किसको लगेगा.
Their UN asylum hearing isn't until 2018. They're told there's a backlog. Until then, their survival is down to charity handouts and avoiding arrest. So why is the UN's asylum process taking so long, leaving thousands vulnerable to arrest? UN sources tell us there are only 8 specialist staff in Thailand for more than 100,000 asylum seekers, including an estimated 11,500 from Pakistan, and their numbers are increasing. In a statement, the UNHCR admits, amid the context of today's acute global humanitarian funding crunch, it is correct that at present we are facing long delays in the processing of asylum claims. In its response, the Thai government says it stands ready to cooperate with the UNHCR, but it complains that the UN's asylum process is taking a long time, leading to a number of arrests of illegal immigrants in the past year. While they insist specific communities are not targeted, shortly after they responded to the BBC, the immigration police announced it is focusing arrests on nationals seen as possible criminals or terrorists, namely immigrants from Pakistan, Somalia and Palestine. I'm going to Bangkok's main immigration detention centre, known as IDC. It holds anyone found guilty by a Thai court of illegal immigration. They have already paid a fine, but still end up here. The conditions Sabir's wife Layla and hundreds of others have been held in are described by human rights groups as inhumane. Not surprising then that journalists and cameras are not allowed inside. But we're still going in, posing as charity volunteers delivering water and food for inmates. Our hidden cameras are meant to be search-proof. We're in. For 1 hour a day, some of the 200 asylum seekers held here are let out of their cells to meet visitors, mainly charity workers. The detainees I see are mainly Pakistani Christians, men, women, and their children. That noise is their cries for help. But all the charity volunteers can offer them is food and water.
It's absolute chaos in here. On one side you've got charity workers trying to have a conversation with the detainees between 2 fences, and there's a metre gap between them. And on the other side all I can see is men, women and children, many of them from Pakistan, desperate to get out. A lot of the women are complaining the children are ill with vomiting and diarrhea because of the dirty water. How old are you? 6. You're 6. Where's your mum?
Her mother has been here 3 months and she was arrested with all of her children. The Thai government says parents often choose to have their children with them in detention. But what we are witnessing is a breach of UN international law that Thailand has signed up to. Laws that ban the imprisonment of children, particularly with adults, even with their parents. So where is the UN now?
visited you from the United Nations? No one. No one. How long have you been here? 3 months. You believe in your gods?
In the chaos, I find Sabia's wife, Layla.
Hi, I saw your husband and all your family, your children. They asked me to send a message to you to say, come home soon. You must miss them. They're okay. They're being strong. She hasn't seen her children for 2 months. There goes the bell. Good luck. Bye.
The men are taken back to this overcrowded cell. Rare snapshots of their life behind bars obtained by the British Pakistani Christian Association. The women and children are separated from the men.
A lot of the people in the detention centre managed to write letters and get them to you via the guards. One of the detainees wrote a note to us saying, "Hi, how are you? I've been in IDC for the last 2.5 months. It's very difficult. We suffer in IDC. Please visit us. May God bless you."
Some do get out. There is a price offered for their freedom. The Thai government brands it as bail, allowing local charities to pay for the release of those deemed vulnerable, at $1,600 for each asylum seeker.
वहाँ पे ये था कि वहाँ पे जब बहुत ज़्यादा कैदी हो जाते थे तो उसमें ये था कि हमें ना होता ना उनको सुलाना होता था पास में, तो हम बड़े मुश्किल तंग होकर रात गुजारते थे.
This pastor and his wife were in detention for 6 months. They're among the chosen few to be released on bail.
और हमने रो रो के यूएनए में फ़ोन किए मैंने. हम जब जा रहे थे हमारा फ़ोन नहीं अटेंड किया इन्होंने. जब हमें इमिग्रेशन पुलिस आर्मी पकड़ के गई है इन्होंने हमारा फ़ोन भी नहीं अटेंड किया. क्यों नहीं किया? आपने क्यों पेपर दिया हमें जब आप हमें नहीं तहफ़्फ़ुज़ दे सकते? मेरे खुदा तेरे रहम के लिए शुक्र कर,
क्योंकि तू अपने लोगों की उठाने पड़ता है.
और खुदा तू जल्द से जल्द हमें इस मुल्क से निकाल.
In response to our investigation, the UNHCR says it is working with the Thai government to find better and more humane management of the situation in accordance with international legal norms. The Thai government deny the enforced imprisonment of children and dirty, overcrowded conditions in the detention centre, saying, "We strive to provide the best possible care based on international humanitarian principles." For other Pakistani asylum seekers, there's a worse fate than a detention centre. They're locked up with real criminals in a notorious Thai prison. Head shaved, stripped, searched and shackled. Rare photos by a local journalist of what happens to those who are charged with illegal immigration and cannot afford to pay the fine imposed by the Thai authorities. Some of these asylum seekers have now been released on bail. I tracked them down.
इन्होंने हमें जंजीरों से जकड़ा, उसमें बहुत प्रॉब्लम हुई हमें सोने में भी और बैठने उठने में भी, चलने में भी बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती थी. उसका तकरीबन 4 किलो 4-4.5 किलो वज़न था चेन का और हमारे टखनों पे ज़ख़म हो जाते थे, तो उसमें हम बहुत तकलीफ़ में थे. बहुत मुश्किल था हमारे लिए.
The women and children are put in a separate cells from the men.
मेरी बेटी सारा दिन भूखी थी दूध के लिए. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान हो गई थी. मेरे लिए वो टाइम बहुत टफ और मुश्किल था.
Another mother she shared a cell with tells me prayer was all they could offer their sick and hungry children.
बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम हुई थी, तो यानी कि वहाँ पे जितने भी बेबीज़ थे तकरीबन मेरा बेबी बहुत छोटा था उन सब बेबीज़ में से, और इसको वहाँ पे तबीयत इसकी बहुत ज़्यादा ख़राब हो चुकी थी।
तो वो जो बेड़ियाँ लगाता था वो उसके पास से थोड़ा था, वो पैर आगे करके थोड़े के साथ वो बंद करता था रिंग, मेटल रिंग।
We asked the Thai government to respond to allegations by these asylum seekers of inhumane imprisonment with criminals. They didn't comment. These prisoners were eventually released when missionaries paid their fines, only to be sent to a detention centre, forcing charities to pay again for their bail.
Where we are go, शुक्र अदा करता हूँ कि क्योंकि उसने कहा था कि जब भी तुम्हें कोई मेरे नाम से सताएगा तो तुम उसके लिए बरकत चाहो। तो हम UNHCR के लिए भी बरकत चाहते हैं और सब अपने सताने वालों के लिए भी बरकत चाहते हैं।
Vaka has been here 2 years. His wife has died and he's alone with his daughter. He's appealing to the UNHCR at their offices to fast-track his asylum case.
हाँ, वो गए थे उधर तो उन्होंने क्या आप एप्लीकेशन सबमिट करें तो फिर देखेंगे क्या करते हैं, लेकिन यह कि सबके साथ ही है, जितना भी टाइम लगेगा, 3 साल लगे, 4 साल लगे, 5 साल लगे, कोई वो।
Is it not an option to go back to your family in Pakistan who can help you look after your baby?
वहाँ पे पहले वहाँ से तो भाग के आए हैं, वापस कैसे जा सकते हैं? वहाँ पे इससे भी ज़्यादा टेंशन्स हैं, प्रॉब्लम्स हैं।
There is no guarantee they will be given a new life in another country. Weeks later, the UNHCR decided to prioritise Vaka's case after all. His asylum claim was rejected. He plans to appeal the UN's ruling. That could take years.